Peace and love to everybody coming in the building. As you come in, hit that like button so we can get the notifications out. Hit that share button because I'm going to make sure in this live right here, like today is going to be the day where y'all get the ugly truth. No more beautiful lies. This live right here is going to be based off of the ugly truth. Now, for those of y'all that's watching this live and y'all want to know what this topic is about, y'all know my Instagram is Poppy from BX River, Poppy from BX River. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see the horrible death of one of my childhood friends that I grew up with in Bronx River. And y'all see the title. The title and the topic of this live is The Streets Don't Love Nobody. The streets got an expiration date. The streets don't love nobody. In this live, I know I'm going to piss a lot of dudes off with the ugly truth. Because in the hood where we come from, they promote and sell us these street corners. They promote and sell us these street corners, knowing that these street corners have an expiration date. So, with that being said, are you not entertained? Is this not why we here? Yeah, this is why we here. Summertime ain't even make it here yet. My little man's got murdered. He got his TV turned off. He got his snot box rocked. Nobody's exempt from getting a snot box rocked when you end up on snot box TV. Now, I should have been on snot box TV doing this. There is no nice way of saying he got his TV turned off. There's no nice way of saying that. The truth of the matter is, I created snot box TV and I created these slogans to bring awareness. Because certain things you can't say and certain titles you can't use in Satan's algorithm. So when you say certain things in Satan's algorithm, it starts getting real funny. But I didn't come here to spare anybody's feelings. I want y'all to look at the video on my Instagram so y'all can understand the message that I'm giving you right now. On Father's Day, right? On Father's Day, Kite, aka IB, he had the option to be home with his wife in her loving arms, where she could cook dinner for him, where she could rub his back, where she could rub his feet, and they could have grown man and grown woman time in that bedroom as they go to sleep at night. And then it was the other option. It was the option of him standing in front of the corner stores. Remember, the things that made my platform big was me talking out against the streets, out against the gangs, out against street culture. He died in front of a corner store. I know Kite. I'm looking at the video with him standing out there. Everything in his spidey senses, in his guts, told him to leave. He had warm sheets, the embrace of a woman waiting for him at home. But he chose to ignore the feeling in his guts. Even his wife told him, something don't feel right, stay in the house. He didn't listen. He didn't listen. Just like a lot of brothers that's not here right now. We didn't listen to our woman's intuition. We didn't listen to our spidey senses. He felt something wasn't right. When you watch the video, you see the dude standing with him with their back inside the bodega store, where they peeking out to the street as if they knew death was coming around the corner. They felt death around the corner and still stood there to see if the angel of death the Grand Reaper was going to keep it moving. No, he made that stop. Now we sitting up here talking about rest in peace. And to all of you people talking about, why would I put that video up? So that the people that can love him could see what went down, what took place. First and foremost, his wife told me I could keep the video up. She's cool with it. That's number one. Number two, the video was already up on a bunch of different platforms. But I'm telling you something. I have a video in my phone of what you didn't see that's on my Instagram page. And it's horrific. It's the most horrific thing that you can see. See, everybody love to see these death videos. And to their family member is the main actor playing the main role. We so desensitized to death on these corners. And to was one of our family members see that lottery? When you sit up there and you remain silent, ignore the evils out in the streets, death is going to come knocking at your door one way or another. Now, the thing about it is are you going to rise to the occasion and bring awareness to these situations, or are you going to ignore it? In Bronx River, oh my God. See, you want to know the funny part about it is, right? When Kite was sitting right here, you see those pictures with him right here in my house and right there in my shed, you know what he told me? He said, you know why I don't go to Bronx River? He said, because I hate them phony people out there. This is what Kite felt about Bronx River. He said, I hate them people out there. He said, because all of those older dudes, when Kite was young, Kite was outside selling crack like at 12 years old. He was outside selling crack at 12 years old. So what does that say about the dudes that was outside and all the people outside right now? See, this is the thing about shit. There was times when Kite called me and borrowed money from me. How about you niggas in Bronx River? After y'all used and abused him, was y'all there? But now that he's dead, y'all gonna throw him the biggest party that he's ever had in his life. Now that he's dead. See, this is how funny people are. Now that he's dead, Bronx River is going to give him all the love that he's been looking for his whole life. Just imagine if he got that love when he was alive. Boy, are y'all hypocrites. Boy, are y'all so full of it. See, I've been making these videos and talking about murder, death, kill of a black man since I've been on YouTube. So y'all can't sit up there and say, oh, he's just doing this for likes and views. Why? Nobody knows Kite. And obviously the streets didn't love him, because that's why we actually doing this video. Because the streets gave him his expiration date. The streets gave him his cancellation. The streets, the same corner that he was standing in front of, got him looking for Geico. Now his family has to make sure that they have life insurance to put him in the grave. The streets don't love nobody. The streets don't love nobody. And the hood only loves you when you dead and gone. Let me tell y'all something, man. If you're going to be outside, this is where y'all going to get y'all wake-up call with HASSAN Campbell. I didn't come here to entertain you. I came here to wake you up. If you plan on being outside this summer, here's some of the things that you're going to need. If you're going to be outside this summer, get yourself a gun. Make sure you have extra bullets. If you're going to be outside, get you a bulletproof vest. And see, I'm going to tell you something. Me and Kite got shot the same way. If I had a vest on, I would have still been shot. Kite had a vest on, he would have still been shot, because the way Kite got hit, the bullet went up under his underarm. The way I got hit, it went through my shoulder and into my body, through my body cavity, up under my underarm. So either way, This is what I need for y'all to understand. Which bothers me even more. And the reason why I feel like I'm here, because Kite got hit the same way I got hit. His time was up. I'm on borrowed time. I'm going to meet him in the afterlife. But while I'm here, I got work to do. We all on borrowed time. There's no way that I could escape the grave. God spared me to do what I'm doing, so I'm going to do what I got to do. And let's wake y'all up. That's all I'm here for, is to wake y'all up for the final hour. Kite has reached his final hour. He expired in the streets. I'd rather die right here in my garden with the sound of my palm than me going outside on a street corner to be with niggas that don't love me. I'm not going to say them niggas out there backdoored him, because I don't know what they had going on. But whatever happened, that dude that came around that corner with that black mask, with that black shirt, with them black pants, he didn't come to play no games. And the thing I can't get over the most is the fact that Kite body laid on that floor. He laid on that floor. And in the video, you didn't see the same nigga standing with him that he went out there to meet. You didn't see that dude picking his head up, wiping the blood off of his face, caressing his head. Nope. He died alone, looking around. Before he even died, in the video, you see him looking back at the door. He's looking at the store. He's looking at the door, seeing if the nigga's gonna come outside and pick him up off the floor and help and aid him. He's looking around. The next video, I'm not posting that video. If I do post that video, y'all gotta see that on my Patreon. Out of respect for the family, that video was way too graphic, but it's on the internet, all over the internet. Keep in mind, I'm the last nigga to get these videos. I'm just a bigger personality. So instead of dudes getting focused and saying, yo, we gonna go out there and find whoever did that, nope. Y'all slandering and y'all passing my name all over. HASSAN Campbell. I know y'all jealous of me. I know y'all jealous of me. Y'all don't like me. I don't like y'all neither. The funny part about it is some of y'all, like, I done seen so many of you dudes get shot the same way. In the same way y'all got shot, niggas left y'all on the floor too. But y'all back on social media, posted up on the block like y'all tough. Instead of posting up saying, yo, these streets don't love nobody. Why you want to hug the block that ain't gonna hug you back? Why do you want to hug the block that ain't gonna hug you back? The streets don't love nobody. Nope. I'm looking at the video and I'm like, yo, he's fading away. Laying on the floor. People just walking past his body like it ain't nothing. And I'm just saying to myself, how is this boy dying on the floor like that? And the dudes that's with him ain't standing over his body like, don't go. You know, like when you watch Menace to Society, they said, don't die, Kane. You know in the movie, when you see Old Dog, don't die, Kane. You don't see his man crying over him. You don't see his man encouraging him to fight to stay alive. My wife's backyard, get it right. It sounds like you went to school and wasn't educated. It sounds like that. Your wife? Legally, let me break something down to you stupid, ignorant people that's mad because they hate to look at success. Me and my wife went to high school together. Me and my wife been together since the days of high school, my nigga. We might have broke up for a couple of years. Me and my wife been together since high school. You sound stupid. I make more money than my wife. My wife makes money. I make more money than her. I make more money than her. Okay? Because I understand what you're trying to do, Shaitan. I see you. I see you. You think somewhere, if you say some ignorant stuff like that in the comment section, that it's going to make me lose point. How Beanie Siegel said, I ain't the captain of the yacht, but I'm on the boat. No, I am the captain of this ship. I call the shots on this ship. I make the rules on this ship. I designed this yard. I paid for this yard. And you know why I did this? Because during the pandemic, it was safe to say it ain't safe outside. So I made it safe for me. I made a sanctuary for my children so that when I come outside of my yard, I can feel like I'm on vacation, so I don't have to survive these cold street corners. And you sitting up in my comment section and you big mad. You know why you mad? Because when people start to realize that you can start enjoying your backyards and have barbecues and you ain't got to be on the street corner. I'm going to say this again. Kite, aka IB, he had a woman with nice tits, no disrespect, with a nice ass, with a beautiful home. Even though it was still in the hood, he had love inside those four walls. You know that song, Love Should Have Brought You Home? He had warm arms, warm legs, waiting to embrace him. And he chose the street corners because the streets, well, it's an addiction. And being in the streets is like being in domestic violence, a relationship. Being in the streets is like being in an abusive relationship where the streets use and abuse you. You go back home to where the people love you at, and instead of staying home where the people love you at, you come back outside to the streets. Yes, it's a mental challenge. They call it keeping it real. Yeah, it's a mental challenge. They call it keeping it real. The truth hurts, but it needs to be said. It needs to be said. Where would I be without YouTube? You take away YouTube, my personality is still here. I was the same nigga with or without YouTube. But where would you be, right, if you wasn't watching me? With your wife, with your kids? Where would you be? Because the same way I'm here on YouTube, you made it your business to be one of the first 1,500 people in the building. Within 18 minutes, you one of the first 1,500 people here watching me. I always feel like somebody's watching me. They won't give me no privacy. Whoa. I've been watching you, watching me. Tell me what you like more by watching me. I'm the one. Yeah, I know. I know. I know it makes some of y'all blood boil that I actually made something out of myself so I didn't have to die on the street corners. And see me, I might have mentally broke down a little bit, went out there on them street corners, breaking down, trying to bring awareness to my situation with Africa Bambaataa, when a situation happened to Cassie. But I need for y'all to understand something. The way I move, I stick and move. You won't see that happen again. The next time you see something like that happen with me, I'm going to be on the opposite side before somebody just be airing me. Because my life, whether you like it or not, is too valuable to just be standing on a street corner every single day. I don't have to sell crack. I don't have to sell coke. I don't have to sell dope. I don't have to stand outside and sell weed. I made something out of myself so I don't have to go backwards. Where would I be if I wasn't on YouTube? I would be somewhere running my business, my clothing store. If I wasn't on YouTube, I'll be somewhere selling property, like a homeowner dealing with real estate. If I wasn't on YouTube, you know what I would be? I would be somewhere probably doing security for the same celebrities I be dissing all over again. You know, because that's what I was doing before I got on YouTube. I was bodyguarding celebrities. I was always somebody, and I was always doing something of and with myself. What are you doing? Are you watching me from work? Or are you just one of them watchers? The Kiwi Kick, enjoy your summer, King. The Your Same Person has 5 years and nothing changed. Yep. Thank you for sponsoring this war, family. Appreciate you. If you start watering them plants live, you might make people mad. If you start growing with plants, you might get more viewers. I sure enough am. It's in the making. Shout out to New Haven, Connecticut. Gun blazing, New Haven. Let me tell y'all something. How to survive the summer. How to survive the summer. Right? First and foremost, if you're going to be outside on them street corners, get you some life insurance. If you're going to be outside on those street corners, get you some life insurance. Because the streets have an expiration date. And one of the worst things in the world is for you to have the coroner, call the coroner, knocking on your door, the detectives knocking on your door for you to come identify your loved one's body after they got their TV turned off. And when you get back home and it hits you that you have to prepare for a funeral, but you don't have any money put aside to bury because it costs damn near more to die than it costs to live. And if you never had to bury somebody, it costs more money to die than it costs to live. So you make sure that you got some life insurance policy that you paying up on so that your wife and your kids could actually put you on the ground. For two, you out there on those street corners, avoid those street corners. Don't be outside hanging in front of the same store. You hanging in front of the same store. Some problems jumped off her. The dude you standing next to got beef. You don't even know the dude that you standing next to that pissed somebody off, or better yet, he didn't tell you that he got beef. But he want company because he don't want to die alone out there, and he feels like you tough. And if they see him with you, then they might not do nothing. They might be deterred because now he got somebody standing next to him. But see, it don't work like that. Because depending on how you piss a person off, they're going to come outside the ski mask way. If you want to survive these street corners, you got to stick and move. Don't stand in one spot too long, especially not the street corners, not the bodega. Don't get your TV turned off in front of the bodega. How many hours are you going to stand in front of the bodega? If you want to make it back home, first and foremost, man, get your beverages from the store in daylight hours. Go get your stuff from the store in daylight hours. Because sometimes when you go back and you go in the house, it's that trip when you go back outside that don't allow you to make it back home to your family. Those corner stores is the worst place to be standing. Every time you see a video on social media with somebody getting toe tagged, they standing where? In front of the corner stores. Stop standing in front of the corner stores. If you're going to be outside in the hood and on them cold street corners, you better get yourself a gun. You got to ask yourself a question. Would you rather be carried by 12? Let me ask you this again. Would you rather be carried by 12 ball bearers holding your body in a coffin? Or would you rather be inside that courtroom, carried by 6 or judged by 12? You can have 6 people carrying your casket, or you can have 12 people deciding on whether you're going home or going to jail. See, the thing about it is, if you get caught with that hammer, especially in New York, where there's no self-defense, you might do 5 years in jail. You might do 10 years in jail, but you might live to come home. Kite was standing outside in front of that store. Sad part about it is, if he did have his gun on him, he didn't even see the Grand Reaper coming. You know why? Because he stood in one spot too long. So if you're going to be on them street corners, you better get yourself a gun, man. And all the ladies out there watching and all the fathers out there watching, I hate to say it, but it's safe to say it ain't safe outside. If you sending your kids outside in the hood to play, you better get your... It's better for you to educate your child on how to use a gun before the streets come and corrupt your child and teach your child how to use a gun. Because whether you like it or not, the streets is coming. It's either you going to kidnap your children or the streets is going to kidnap your children. There's no way around it. And see, all these older dudes that glorify, oh my God, all these older dudes that glorify the streets, they figured out what to do, what not to do, where to go, where not to go. So now they go outside and brag because they know how to duck and hide from beef. But your children is looking at these old heads on social media bragging about being outside, looking at these rappers bragging about being outside, not realizing that when you see some of these New York rappers, like they protected by the mayor. Man, you know when Jim Jones is protected by the feds. You're protected by the mayor. You're protected by the district attorney. We already seen that. Man, no walk through Brooklyn. He walked through Brooklyn after leaving the mayor. And what happened? The FBI went through the hood and snatched everybody and locked all them gangs up. What part y'all don't get? Don't let dudes sell you the streets that got a cheat code to the streets. If you seen me touch the fire called the penitentiary, or seen others touch the fire called the penitentiary, and did decades out of their life, why would you go touch that same stove, not realizing when you get behind those walls inside them jails, you gonna ask yourself, why me? I used to sit on Rikers Island in the why me pens. Then it dawned on me. The jail pens that I was in when you go to court is called why me pens. You know why? Because when you sit in those why me pens, you're asking yourself, why me? Why me? It's safe to say it ain't safe outside. Every time we turn around, somebody getting aired out. It's just like when you sit back and you analyze Cheese, rest in peace. When you sit back and you analyze Cheese, Gilly's son, his father had $100 million with $1 million worth of game. His son was standing on a block where the wolves gotta eat, and they shopping for jewelry because it's the easiest way to come up. You standing outside, you all decorated with jewelry on, and the wolves is hungry, and all they doing is driving through neighborhoods, seeing if they looking for a jukes. And then they pull up and you standing there while they looking for a jukes. What you think they gonna see? What they gonna do when they see you standing out there and you got a chain on that they could pawn and get $1,000 for that chain? They going shopping. And that's what the hood did. They went shopping. All these dudes sat up there talking about, oh, you can't come to Philly. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't come outside. Cheese couldn't go outside. Kite was a get busy nigga. He wasn't a sucker. He couldn't come outside. You know why? Because I don't care how busy you get. There's going to come a time in the day where somebody gets just as busy as you. And they're going to put a price on your head, man. Ain't nobody safe or exempt from the ugliness that come from these street corners. Salute, Haas. Keep holding. They next still, King. Thank you, K baby. Appreciate you. Thank you for sponsoring this war. Why was his son on the streets? Because the streets are addictive, man. The streets are addictive. People are addicted to the streets. People are addicted to the streets. It's like a pride thing. I'm outside. It's boring outside. It's boring outside. Believe me when I tell you. When I go outside, I get to have a good time. Because I might go outside. I might go see T-Mac and my Cortland Ave crew, right? And I get out there because I haven't seen them. I don't see them every day. I get to have a good time when I go outside because I get to see brothers that I haven't seen in a little while. But try going outside and standing on the same block every single day and see how fun that is. It's boring. It's boring. You're right about that. Don't let them sell you this fantasy when they go back to the mansions. Exactly. It's boring outside. I'm not going to say that the girl that walked by set him up because we can't prove that. And to say something like that, it could have been coincidental. To say something like that may trigger somebody to look for that young lady and do something to her. And we totally, because you got to understand something, right? A female would tell you under the same breath that you see how it did look funny how Shorty walked in between the pole and the way she was walking towards the street corner like she didn't want to walk through the middle. But then y'all got to understand also the females that live in New York City are like that and they move like that because they get sick and tired of the dusty niggas that's standing in front of the store always, hey yo ma, she's not your mother, my nigga. And she wants to go home to her man without y'all hollering at her every 5 seconds. So they walk on the opposite side, and your mom. Like, why? She's not your mother. That's why when people be sitting up there talking about, oh, he don't be outside for what? I done positioned myself. I put myself in a position where I could make money sitting in the comfort of my house. Why do I want to go outside? For what? For what? And then when you go outside, how many hours am I going to stand outside on the same street corner, man? Like I said, the streets don't love nobody. Now these niggas gonna throw Kite the biggest party in the world. He's gonna get the biggest celebration, the biggest party in the world from a bunch of people that didn't do nothing for him while he was alive. Now y'all want to give him his cake? That's why I don't respect the streets. Now he gets to get his candles in front of the building. Now they get to pour out liquor in front of the building. Ill. It's sad, man. It's sad. Because it hits different when a nigga that died like that is somebody that you grew up with. It hits totally different when a nigga that you grew up with died like that. Major Rant, what up, Major Rant? See you in the building. Telling y'all, man. This summer ain't even start yet. My man ain't even make it through the summer. He didn't even make it through the summer. The first day of summer didn't even start yet. The streets know who did it. Ain't nobody stepped yet. Well, I ain't gonna necessarily say that because, you know, I got some people out there that got love for him. So I'm not gonna sit up there and say that. Nicosia for the war chest. Thank you, family. Appreciate you, family. For those of y'all that just came in the live, once again, one of my childhood friends was murdered in Washington Heights. The video is up on my own Instagram page, Poppy from BX River. The reason why I didn't take the video down because his wife said it was okay for me to put the video up. It was up on other platforms, and I wanted people to see exactly what happened to him so they could have an idea. I wanted the streets, niggas in the streets that love him, I wanted them to see what happened to him so they could see who he was with. So now that you see who he was with, you could go question the nigga that he was with and ask what transpired before that video that led up to his death, because somebody knows something. So that's why I posted the video. There is another video that I have that, out of respect for the family, I'm not going to post that on my Instagram. That's something that y'all going to have to go over to patreon.com to see that video. I haven't posted it yet, but behind the scenes, there's some things that's taking place that I'll discuss on my Patreon that I'm not going to discuss on regular YouTube. So for my Patreon, there's a conversation that I will be having on my Patreon that I'm not going to be having on regular YouTube. And that video, the other video that is too graphic. It gets worse than the video that you see on my Instagram. It gets worse. So if you watching me right now, if you go to Poppy from BX River, you'll see the video with my little man, you know, being gunned down in the street and left there. That's the sad part about it, is he was left there on the streets. But the thing about it is like I tell y'all, at the end of the day, I seen a lot of dudes that got shot the same way. And niggas ran and left them. But now they back on social media bragging like they back outside. Like they Tupac or something. The streets don't love nobody. I wonder if heaven got a ghetto. If heaven got a ghetto, I don't want to go. If I got to die and relive the same thing and go around the same ignorant niggas and the same ignorant chicks, I don't want to go. If heaven got a ghetto, I don't want to go. Right. Stay your ass in the house where it's safe at. I don't either. Right. If heaven got a ghetto, I don't want to go. I got myself I elevated myself in life to get away from ignorance. Not to sit up there and hang out with ignorance, to be a part of ignorance. I elevated myself to get away from ignorance. Now, I don't want to go to heaven's ghetto. I want to get the hell away from the ghetto. I want to get away from anybody with a ghetto mentality. I want to go, you know what I want to do? I want to be around people that's jet skiing. I want to be around people that hang out in the Poconos, that go on vacation, people that be doing the skiing in the wintertime, bundling up, going to villas. You go into villas and different camps. I want to go to hotels with nice swimming pools and gazebos and stuff like that, with saunas, and eat nice food. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to say this again, man. I don't go to City Island. That's a dump. It's a dump spot. I hate, don't get me wrong. There's certain nice, shout out to the nice restaurants in City Island. But to go to the middle and to go to the back where all the raggedy people at, the middle and the back got all the raggedy people. And y'all know the spots that I'm talking about, Seafood City and the other ones. And I don't mean to diss those spots because they beautiful restaurants, but that's where all the bums go. So I refuse not to. I don't want to run into none of the bums that's throwing cheers. None of the bums that's throwing liquor at each other. None of the bums that's shooting at each other at the restaurant. They couldn't leave the bullshit on the block, so they took it to the restaurant. Like I said, I done seen niggas that I know at those restaurants brawling. Boop, 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 boop. I don't go out, when I go out to have a good time, it's absolutely that. I go outside to have a good time. And if me going outside is going to result to me paying for lawyers or calling somebody's wife on the phone and telling their wife that they not going to make it home, that's the crazy part about it. And it's funny. Yo, right? I got people, they wives have a problem with them hanging with me, right? Appreciate you, family. Happy belated Father Day. I got people that got wives that don't want their man hanging out with me because I got a lot of beef, right? But I'm home. It's quiet here. I'm minding my business in my own home. Comfortable. Kick my feet up. Only thing I got to worry about at home is high blood pressure. Making sure I eat right. But yet, did you see how my little man got killed outside? Y'all don't want y'all mans being with me in my house where we can pull the grill out. We get to pull the grill out. Right? Look at my background, man. Oh, it's too hate. Oh, he got a lot of enemies. What you think is outside? This is what it's looking like with me. Look. What, you gonna get bit by a butterfly? Ain't no hooligans here. The hooligans is outside. But these dudes, right? They have a problem with them hanging out with me. But this is what I'm doing. Ain't bothering nobody. I'm not bothering nobody. But they outside with a bunch of killers. So you happy? You happy to see your man outside with a bunch of killers, right? But they got a problem with them hanging out with me. And this is what I'm doing. Oh, y'all want to eat? Every last one of these arborvitaes, every last one of these trees, I put here. I did this. I got niggas that They wives don't want to see their man hang out with me. This is where I'm at. But you cool with your man being out on the same street corners that we was extorting niggas? Well, we was robbing niggas? Alright? Niggas thinking it's a game. Like, listen, man, I tell people all the time. I sat back and watched. We all sat back and watched Troy Ave go to the club with Banger. Taxstone, a night of pleasure turns into a night of pain. Taxstone in the club with his chest stuck out, trying to prove the niggas that he's outside. Now he doing, what, 30 years in jail? Troy Ave in jail doing a year because he wanted to prove to Taxstone that he was tough. And in the process of that, they jumped Taxstone. Taxstone got his hammer out and Ed Banger out. After he Ed Banger out, what happened? Troy Ave didn't want to be tough no more. So instead of him taking the code of silence, because he was a street nigga then, but then when it was time for him to face the fire, he decided to get on the stand and do all types of flips. And Mano that same night, when niggas started airing out the club, Mano in the club like he the king of Brooklyn with his shirt off. But when the shooting started, he ran out the club, left his man inside the club. He left 80 in the club in a wheelchair, ran outside, left his sneakers in the club. He lost his sneakers. He ran outside his sneakers. Then had to come back in the club when the coast was clear. And his shorty, the girl that was under Mano's protection, he couldn't protect her from the shooter. So she ended up getting shot. And Mano, well, he was a victim that night. His girl was a victim. No matter how tough he played, he was a victim. The same things that make you laugh and make you cry. My whole thing is if you're going to be screaming you outside, you better be getting some money. Don't be outside all day to come in the house with your pockets broke. HASSAN, the OG Salam. Bless my guy. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you for sponsoring this war. Appreciate you. Come on, man. Our Lord Akim said, this is what you need to hear. Y'all keep on playing in them streets. The streets don't have nothing for you but some yellow tape. The streets don't have nothing for you but niggas pouring out liquor. The streets don't have nothing. The streets ain't, man, listen, man. The streets will forget about you. You'll be nothing but a faded memory. HASSAN reporting live for the jungle. Yes, man. See, what I want y'all to see in life and what I want y'all to understand in life, that is more to life than these streets, man. At some point, sometimes you got to kick your feet up, man. Go get a job. There's too many niggas on the block with the same hustle for you to eat. Everybody's selling weed. You think that's a coincidence? Now they selling weed out of the bodegas. Get out of the streets. Stay in the house if you don't have something to do, right? Let me tell y'all something, man. My mentor, my big homie, B.O., Timbo, we got to do a live together, Timbo. We got to hit the join button. Hit me up. Call me later, Timbo. We got to do a live together. Peace, high salutes. I see you glad, happy. Father, save a daily, fellas. Make sure you definitely hit me up. We got to do some topics, Timbo. And y'all gotta definitely, Timbo got some, he got some crazy, crazy. He ain't been posting in a little while, but he got some dope content on his platform. He definitely got some dope content on his platform. Like y'all gotta understand something, right? My big homie, I never fully got over the death of my big homie that passed away. He was murdered back in the days. He was legendary in the Bronx. B.O. Legendary brother. And see, what B.O. What a lot of people didn't understand is, even though B.O. was a killer, B.O. also had a heart, and he had two different paths. He had a street path, and he had a path where he had a bunch of young boys that was up under him that he was like training to be positive, to go to school, to go to college, to some of them to join the military. He was training, teaching dudes to work out. He was doing positive things with the youth. And one of the things that people don't understand about B.O. B.O. was a legend in the streets, and B.O. had enemies. And some of B.O.'s enemies recruited the babies, the youth, to come at him. So now him being 10 or 12 years older, and maybe in some cases 15 years older than some of the people that they were sending at him, it was like this grown man had to go to war with children, that people that was babies to him. So at some point in time, B.O. was looking to get away from the streets. He was looking to move to the South and start a new life. But the streets have an expiration date, and he died on the same corners the same way. On the corners. This is why I try so hard to make y'all understand, man. Y'all gotta do better, man. I still cry and go through pain behind my big homie passing away. The way he was killed was tragic. And there's a lot more that goes into the story that I'm not going to get into because it's unnecessary. But what I will say is that to you older niggas out there, that I want y'all to understand, you're going to find yourself in a situation, like I found myself in a situation where now I got to decide whether I want to load up and cock back my hammer for some of my next door neighbors' children, because now they coming up in the streets and I'm an old ass man, and the first thing that they gonna say to me, well, you shouldn't have been outside anyway. How you getting caught up with them young boys anyway? Not realizing that these young boys will kill you. So what's the nigga to do? Right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know how bad I want to go outside and air the block out? The nigga that shot me, y'all ready for this? The nigga that shot me just got beat up last night. He got beat up the night before last in Bronx River. He's so soft that after he thought he was getting a rep on me, now dudes is beating him up just to show him what you did to HASSAN Campbell, aka Poppy. Hey, Poppy's an old washed up nigga that's a YouTuber now. We gonna beat you up because we don't even respect you. The nigga that shot me just got beat up in front of everybody. Now you know what that does to my ego? How bad it makes me want to go outside and let the nigga have it right in front of the corner store? Because now he back standing in front of the same corner store like it's something sweet. But see, I already know how the deck of cards play and how life is. He created enemies for life. And when you creating new enemies and new enemies and new enemies, the nigga that shot me 9 times out of 10, when he gets shot, he's not going to live. In the same way, Kite got left for dead on that floor. Nobody was caressing him. Shorty gonna find himself the same way, and he gonna feel stupid because he thought he made a name for himself doing what he did, but the only thing he did was make enemies that he can't see. And you standing in the same spot every single day. You got comfortable, you got bored. Now you standing out there, and you didn't use the same gun that you used to shoot me because you thought was so heroic. To shoot a nigga outside that was crying, you didn't shoot the nigga that beat you up? That's the hood for you though. Standing outside like a sitting duck. See, that's the whole thing right there, man. Y'all glorify the streets, but when the killer come around the corner, you standing outside. When the killer comes around the corner, you standing outside like a sitting duck. See, when I made myself into a sitting duck, and I almost got my wig pushed back, and they almost turned my TV off, I wasn't in my right frame of mind. I was crying out to the community for help, and the same community sent a little assassin to assassinate me. Never again. Never again will I get shot and I won't be shooting back. Never again. It is my constitutional right to defend myself. I refuse to let a nigga pop me, and I don't pop back. Let me tell y'all like this, man. Don't fall for the fake love. The streets don't love nobody, and all these people that's about to throw kite, the biggest party, at his funeral, after his funeral, they gonna throw the biggest memorial. Them niggas didn't love him. He didn't feel that love from Bronx River when he was growing up. When Kite was in jail, them niggas wasn't coming to see him on a visiting floor. When Shaft, his brother that passed away, may he rest in peace, these same niggas in Bronx River wasn't going to see Shaft in jail. They wasn't going to see Kite in jail. They wasn't apologizing to Kite like, yo, we sorry for giving you packs of crack and putting you on a path to destruction. Most of us grew up in Bronx River. We had problems in our house. So when we came outside to come outside to have a good time, the first thing Kite came outside to was older niggas giving him packs of crack. They destroyed that boy life, and that's how he felt about y'all, because he told me. So while y'all up there fake partying and throwing y'all fake gathering, y'all should have did that shit when he was alive. Because now that he dead, y'all want to give him a fake celebration. That's why I can't rock with Bronx River. It's full of shit. And Bronx River ain't the only place neither. Niggas is full of shit over there. Y'all full of it. Y'all full of it. Come on, we talking about the same center that Bambaataa was bringing. So the same center that Bambaataa was bringing the kids out of into his house to play X videos and pull out bottles of Vaseline is the same center that's gonna embrace Kite in his death. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out. Get out of here. Get out of here. Only reason why Bam ain't in the center in Bronx River no more is because of Mayor Giuliani, not the people. I'm going to say that again. The only reason why Africa Bambaataa got kicked out of the center, the community center in Bronx River, was because of Mayor Giuliani, not the people of Bronx River. They knew what that man was doing. They knew what that man was doing. They ain't do nothing to stop him. YouTubers don't last forever, but as long as you up here, I'ma F with you. You dope. I know you got another hustle in motion. You gonna love out of here. Newark's bricks, whatever you at. Let me tell you something, man. I don't know why people keep saying that to me. I had a life before YouTube. YouTube just gave me some, like, y'all gotta understand something, right? YouTube don't have to last forever. I have the ability to create my own website, like World Star Hip Hop. I have a Patreon where people is joining my Patreon every day. As a matter of fact, I started losing subscribers because I wasn't posting enough. So shout out to my Patreon. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with y'all mindset. Like, if YouTube closed down today or tomorrow, I still got a life that I created for myself. Like, why do y'all act like the world ends with YouTube? I don't get that. What's wrong with y'all? When you see a nigga doing good in his lane, y'all already looking for the end of it. Is this the end? Like, damn, what's wrong with y'all? Who does that? You know, because YouTube ain't gonna last forever. Nigga, I'm not gonna last forever. You don't see the bags up under my eyes? The angel of death come to get me constantly. It's just that a law says, nah, it ain't his time. The angel of death, you stop breathing in your sleep sometimes. Sleep apnea. The devil constantly trying to pull you like Freddy Krueger to the afterlife. But while the devil's trying to pull you to the afterlife, God said, nah, this nigga gonna wake up again. He got a job to do. He gonna get on YouTube and he gonna talk to the people and try to save some more lives. The streets don't love nobody. Stop telling me about what YouTube. When YouTube ain't here no more, I guess I'll be sitting back and reading my books and watching TV like the rest of y'all, enjoying the spoils of the war. I'll be enjoying the spoils of war. Y'all niggas is mad because I don't have to stand on the street code. You sit up there and you watch me and my supporters and put money in my super chat like, here, Haas, you good. When you watch my videos, you see commercials come on. When you see those commercials, I get paid when my record is played, to put it short. I got it made. Like, stop hating, man. I hate when people say that. Because all you doing is indirect telling me that you can't wait for my downfall. YouTube, the end of YouTube is not going to be my downfall. If I put out a clothing line right now, my supporters is going to buy my merchandise. Do y'all realize that? If I put out a book right now, if people are giving me free money for sitting on YouTube, you don't think my supporters is going to buy my book? Do you see me selling something right now? No, because I'm not in a rush. Don't rush, baby. The loving ain't going nowhere. Don't worry about the YouTube numbers. They looking low right now, even though my lowest numbers is other platforms' best numbers. Some of these other platforms in the dirty section, you still don't see them with 2,000 people in the building. Some of your other favorite YouTubers still don't have the numbers that I got. So because somebody behind the scenes of YouTube is playing with my numbers, you trying to write me off, nigga? I'm good. Some of your favorite platforms still don't do the numbers that I do. They buying views. You see certain platforms, they got 500 people in the building. The live ends, they got 500,000 views. That's impossible. They're paying for views. I'm not. Don't get mad at me because my personality then became a household personality. Don't get mad at me because you're a rapper without a follower. Don't get mad at me because you rap. And I got the crowd that you want. I'm rocking my crowd every day. And you in attendance of my crowd saying, well, you know what, Hassan Campbell, at your next concert, ain't nobody gonna come. Take the what? Shit crazy. When my YouTube fade away, I'm still going to be remembered as the best of the best. That's why with YouTube, when you reach a certain plateau, they give you a YouTube plaque. Because you reached a certain plateau. I got 100,000 followers. They gave me a plaque for having 100,000 followers. Now I'm creeping up on 500,000. So that means that I should have a plaque for every 100,000 that I got. But the next plaque you get is when you get a million subscribers. For me, I should have gave myself a plaque before I deleted all my videos when I reached 1 billion streams. I reached 1 billion streams on YouTube. Some of your favorite rappers ain't reach 1 billion streams. What are we talking about? But this ain't about that. What this is about is the message. And I think I said what I had to say, man. The bottom line to it is I sat back and I watched my childhood friend die on the street corner by himself when he should have been in the house where love was waiting for him. He should have been at home where love was waiting for him. He had a woman at home where love was waiting for him. And instead of him going home to the people that loved him, he was outside with the street corners with niggas that hated him. The streets hate you. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of you dudes out there that ain't get your TV turned off yet, but you next. There's a lot of dudes watching me right now. You ain't get your TV turned off yet, but you're next. And there's somebody that's outside that want to turn your TV off because you think you tough and they want to show you that they tougher than you. And as soon as they get the chance and the opportunity, they're going to rock your snot box. So keep playing with these street corners. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You throw rocks at the penitentiary, you're going to see the warden. You're going to have a jail cell. You're going to be on the child. If that's the option that you want for yourself, knock yourself out. Death in jail should not be your only option. The choice is yours. You could choose to live the same way I'm living right now. Why you don't want to live like this? Huh? I wish I could show y'all me getting head on this couch right here. Huh? I wish I could show y'all beautiful women bent over right here. Right here. Picture that. Picture shorty cheeks right here. Picture you standing right here smashing. I'm cool with being next. I'm cool with being next. Me and my crew killed a lot of people growing up. When it's my time, I can't wait to meet God. See, that's the difference between y'all niggas. I can't wait to meet God. I'm not running from death. Every chance I get, I buy legal guns to protect myself. I got people around me that got legal guns, that got license, got gun license and stuff like that. Every chance I get, we buy legal guns. What you think all the guns is for? You think when y'all shoot me, ain't gonna shoot back? See, the difference is that you're gonna have to come get me now. I'm not making it easy for you birds. I'm not making it easy for you. You gotta elevate yourself. What you think, you gonna clap me at City Island? Eating with the dusty niggas? Nope. What you think, you gonna clap me on the streets of Bronx River? A Bronx River again just standing there, waiting like a sitting duck? Nope. You niggas is the sitting ducks now, standing in front of the store looking stupid. I could pull up at any given time with a stole in the air you niggas out. Or I could just sit right here, do a live, and talk to the world while your enemies come air you out and I mind my business. And you could be the next contestant on Snotbox TV. Because that's where I'm about to start doing my videos, right over there on Snotbox TV, where you don't want to get your snotbox rocked. Hit him in the head with the headshot. Stop playing with me, man. It's nice and hot out here. Yeah, spin the block. They are still standing there like they ain't got no life. Matter of fact, some of them dumb niggas, you know what they gonna do? Instead of them coming outside to get the sun, so the sun can feed you like it feeds the plants, they're gonna stay inside the house under the cold AC. Then they're gonna come outside at nighttime. The freaks come out at night. Now you coming outside at nighttime, and the first thing that you doing is you throwing some Hennessy. You deprived yourself of the sun all day so it can feed you what you need. And you put yourself in the wintertime because now you have a chance to enjoy the summer, but you put yourself in the wintertime by being up under that AC all day. Then you come outside and you get drunk. And you lower yourself so that the demons can sit on your lap and navigate you through the hood. Good luck. Good luck being outside on them cold concrete street corners with niggas on demon time. And the police is going to be there just in time to pick you up and put you in the ambulance. You hear me? The police, they're going to get there just in time to pick you up and put you on the ambulance and send you the highway to heaven. Matter of fact, let me stop lying to y'all, because most of y'all niggas going to have the pastor standing over your body talking about he was a good, no he wasn't. He wasn't a good dude. A lot of you niggas that standing outside on them street corners, they be lying about y'all. Oh, he earned his wings. No, y'all didn't. Most of y'all niggas getting what y'all deserve on them street corners and you gonna die and go to hell. Let's just tell the truth. The pastor be lying for you niggas. A lot of you niggas that died on them street corners was grimy. And when you die, you gonna go to hell. Don't let them fool you. Oh no, you going to hell, my nigga. You think hell don't exist? It does. You going to hell when you die. You in trouble. And when you in that grave, and when your soul goes back to the afterlife, and you got to carry all the grimy stuff that you did, and you think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ain't going to make you answer for that? Oh, you're going to need Jesus. Oh, yeah, you're going to need Jesus. But when you die, it's too late to call Jesus to be an intercessor for you, to stand in between the wrath of Allah and the hellfire. They say on the day of judgment, when the law raises people to answer for the sins that they've done, that the hellfire is going to ask Allah, is there any more? He will fill the hellfire up with evil people so much to when the hellfire, because the hellfire it's alive. Fire is alive. Y'all don't realize that. And when you enter that fire, the fire will cry out, is there more? The fire will have a hunger to burn your flesh. You reap what you sow. In the grave, there's no backseas. In the grave, there's no more repentance. There's no more saying, God, forgive me, please, I'm sorry. Nope. In the grave, it's too late. How that song go? It's too late to apologize. It's too late. My prayers go out to the Simmons family, to the James family, the Kite family, his wife. I spoke to her already. My prayers is all the way with her. To the next one of you niggas, man. Don't long for your woman. Because when you laying on that floor, the first thing you're going to think about is God. The second thing you're going to think about is God. The third thing you're going to think about is God. Next is going to be the lady of your life, whether it be your mother or your wife, your children. And life is going to flash before you so fast. And then it's closed curtains. The rest of it, you get to hear from the afterlife. You get to see from the afterlife. Until you raised on Judgment Day, you get to actually attend your own funeral and hear the cries. See, Kite, when he in that casket, he's going to be laying there and he's going to get a chance to listen. Because the body is a shell. The soul never dies. He's going to get a chance to listen to the hurt that he put his wife through. Because I don't care how much you niggas act like y'all love him. She was the one that was there for him throughout all the things that he went through. Her. When things was good, when things was bad, she was there for him, not y'all. Now y'all get to pretend like y'all love him. Now y'all get to act like y'all want to pray for him over his casket when you didn't pray for him when he was alive. Because if you would have prayed for him when he was alive, then the shooter wouldn't have shot him. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned. My next live is going to be on Snotbox TV. Let me go make my prayer, and I'll be right back at y'all. I'm out.